Probably one of the most distinct identities in our pastoral region are our altar boys here at Emmanuel. I mean, their witness is hard to miss. Their enthusiasm to want to serve, and the strict training and high expectations Deacon Rusty sets for them. Thank you, Deacon Rusty, for all you do. I've not done this for a little while, but every once in a while, after the MCs give the altar boys their jobs, I like to give the altar servers a little pop quiz. And to my pop quiz, it's just one simple question. What is the most important job that you're supposed to do today when you serve Mass? Now, if truth be told, as good as they are, the first couple times I've asked this question, they got the question wrong. I maybe should clarify and say they've gave some pretty good answers, but not the answer that I was looking for. However, the last couple times I've been asking this question, a couple got this question right. Now, this most important job that the servers are to do when they serve Mass is just not a job for them. But actually, this job is a shared job. It's a shared job with me, the priest, with Deacon Rusty, our lector, our organist and choir, the ushers, greeters, and all of you sitting in the pews. So what is our number one job when we come here to Mass? How about I begin by asking our servers, what is your number one job? They don't have any answers tonight. The most important job when we come here for Mass is that we pray. The most important job that any of us can do when we come here for Mass is that we pray. We can do the rest of our jobs well and get recognized for it. Or we can watch someone else to make sure they do their job right. Or better yet, we can make sure they do their job right in the way we think it should be done. And we can actually, in that process, forget about praying. And I must be guilty. Sometimes I'm guilty of doing this. For if we don't pray when we come here for Mass, I think we fail with everything else. Praying is our number one job when we come here for Mass. Now here's a bonus question. What is our number two job when we come here for Mass? I would argue that our second most important job when we come here for Mass each time is that we smile. This job is particularly important for those who have visible or positions of hospitality ministry, like the priest, deacons, servers, lector, Eucharistic minister, greeters, ushers, the people that are the face of our church. Fortunately, our organist and choir get off on this because we can't see them. They're up in the balcony. But this job is also meant for the rest of us, that we need to smile. Even though we may have a lot of details to keep track of, or perhaps outside of here, our lives, we might be burdened. It is important that we quite simply just smile. We are meant to smile. We're meant to be happy and to be joyful when we are here. Why? I think there's a couple reasons. Reason one, when we smile, when we're happy, and when we're joyful, it's the simplest form of evangelization. It's welcoming. It's attractive. It's life-giving. It's when we frown, we have a grumpy attitude or an attitude of hostility, that we do the exact opposite. We turn people away from wanting to be inside these church doors. And sometimes, believe it or not, as Catholic ministers, we can do this pretty well. Or people that belong to a church for such a long time can carry such attitudes. Reason two, to smile, to be happy, and to be joyful, is that today is the third Sunday of Advent, also known as Gaudete Sunday. Gaudete is a Latin word translated into English, calling us to rejoice. And we rejoice symbolically today by lighting the third candle on our Advent wreath. If you take note, the third candle on our Advent wreath is different from the other three. My vestments and Deacon Rusty's vestments today match this color, third color of our Advent wreath candle. Some may say that this color is pink. Officially, it is rose. But I like to refer to this color as rosé, because the word rosé to me not only symbolizes joy, but to me is an expression of joy. You know, real and authentic joy and rejoicing is energy. It cannot be contained. It cannot keep to itself. It naturally shares itself with those around. In our scriptures today, John and his disciples want to know if Jesus is the one. And Jesus does not answer this question directly, but points to the signs of him being the one. Saying the blind regain their sight, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, the poor hear the good news. We do not hear this in the scriptures today, but in other places throughout the Gospels, when Jesus heals and fills these categories of healing and strengthening people, of giving them the good news, it gives them great joy. A great joy that cannot be contained. How often after Jesus heals does he tell them to go tell no one? Yet they're filled with so much joy that they share it with everybody. You know, we can read about Jesus healing through the scriptures. But we can do more than reading about it. Let's face it, Jesus heals each and every one of us. Each and every one of us have experienced the healing power of our God. We've experienced it through the healing power of our sacraments, through the sacrament of penance. Some have through the sacrament of the sick. And most of us experience it each time through the gift of the Eucharist. It's through this healing gift of our God that we're filled with great joy. It's a great joy that is not contained. We naturally share it with others. I think this is the third reason that we are to smile, to be happy and joyful, because we have a God that heals. May the gift of joy that we experience here today, may we not keep it to ourselves, but may we share it with all those that we encounter in the week ahead.